All right, guys, so I just watched Generation V Season 2, Episode 4. So let's get into it. I gotta say, a lot of the, corporate wokeness stuff has kind of started to get old when it comes to the boys. But I must admit, the gender bender versus the blood bender kind of made me chuckle. It's just such a wild thing to see. We also see Emma having some reconciliation with her former friends. Or not Emma, Kate. Her name is Kate. Kate, yes. I gotta say, look, I know that she did some messed up things, but the fact that she just continues to be willing to forgive and forget kind of makes Kate goated. It's like, you blew up my arm. You gave me a concussion that rendered my powers useless. And I still want to be friends with you. What? I feel like they should all just let bygones be bygones. So yeah, they also sneak into Cypher's house and they see this Darth Vader looking guy. I assume that this is Mr. Godolkin, John Godolkin, the original Godolkin guy, that we saw at the beginning of episode 1. So I guess, does that mean that Cypher is maybe his son, perhaps? I guess he could just be a Vought employee that's that's just trying to keep up a secret. But yeah, I assume that this guy is gonna end up being the guy from that we saw in the beginning of the first episode, and he is Mr. Godolkin. He's the guy that the university was named after. Yeah, I guess it's all gonna be my current ongoing theory is that Odessa is an experiment to make a soup that they're trying to get a successful experiment to make a soup that's, I guess, different from the way that they've been making them with the, what is it called, the blue stuff. Anyways, then we saw in one of the past episodes that it seems like they're experimenting on black people. I mean, that's what it seems like. That's probably why they went to Marie's family, because they're trying to experiment on black people, in the way that we've seen in the in the past. And so I assume that guy is going to end up being the origination of it, and that's why we saw the Nazi stuff in the office. So that's how that's all going to be intertwined. Am I saying this in a coherent manner? No, I am not. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I think you do. I hope you do. Let me know in the comments if you don't. But yeah, we're just going to have to see how this all unfolds. I got to say, is Marie getting too OP? If she can literally just levitate people with blood and she can just explode people. What is who is going to be a challenge for her? With the exception of maybe Homelander, because I remember there was that scene in The Boys when he was daring that one lady, that Congress lady. He was daring her to try. It's I guess maybe she can't take out Homelander, but it's literally anybody else. So yeah, I'm wondering where they're gonna go with it, because I feel like it might end up being a less interesting show or a less believable show if we have a main character who is that OP, and there's just always a question of, well, why isn't she just taking the guy out super easily? And then they're going to have to come up with more convoluted ways as to why she isn't just taking people out super easily. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. I did like this scene where Emma inspired the the rebel kids. She, because we obviously saw in the first season how she's very insecure of herself. She has very low self-esteem. And it was nice seeing these younger kids sort of looking up to her and her taking on more of a leadership position. It obviously led to this big, cockamamie scheme to try to figure out what Cypher's up to. And I will say, it is interesting that this is a kind of this cat and mouse game where the kids are trying to get leverage over Cypher. And it's normally we see like a cat and mouse game where it's like a tit for tat. This is like an interesting situation where Cypher is literally just like always 2 steps ahead, and he's just like, oh, you figured that out? Well, I don't actually care. And so it's just very interesting that like they keep on trying to get leverage on him, and he just keeps on like Kobeing the basketball out of their hands. And so I don't know exactly where this is all going to go, because it's like every time this happens, Cypher's just like, okay, yeah, here are all the cards on the table. None of this is going to affect me. You guys are still under my thumb. And yeah, we also found out that he does indeed have superpowers. He has the power to like mind control people, I guess, which is, I guess, similar to Kate. Maybe, I think, if I understand correctly. Although I don't know if he can read minds necessarily. But yeah, we also see that that Marie almost kills Jordan, which is not good. Obviously, she does not want a repeat of her traumatic childhood, which it seems like this season might be building up to. But yeah, aside from that, it was a solid episode. We had some like fun gags, like Emma, shrinking down and trying to sneak into Cypher's office and stuff, and all that was fun. But yeah, overall, still enjoying this season. Excited to see where it goes. I feel like not a ton of people are talking about Gen V Season 2. So yeah, I don't know if people have just kind of lost interest, if it's just like one of those things where, The Boys is maybe becoming a little too oversaturated, and so people just end up losing interest in like the Season 2 of a spin-off show. But yeah, let me know if you're watching it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.